So I'm doing How Call of Duty Modern Warfare is Changing Esports. My name is Evan Flynn. So to start off a little bit about the game, it is one of the most famous and well-known game series in the world, and still continues to be. It contains top-tier graphics, especially this game that came out in 2019. These graphics top against any other big company that has also put out a game similar to this. Call of Duty also contains a single player and a multiplayer. The single player meaning that you play by yourself, you follow a storyline, and you don't actually play with other people, other real players that have the game. That is the multiplayer, and that is where the competitive aspect comes in, and you can play against people from all over and play in competitive game modes. You can play in regular casual game modes if you're just a regular player and are not looking to get that or not looking to play it competitively. And also the game uses real actors as opposed to prior versions of the game where they just relied on voice acting. And starting off with some background information about the game, the series started in 2003 and it continues to produce a new version of the game every year. The reason why they produce a new version of the game is because of a new single player comes out. So that's a new storyline will come out every year, and that's a lot of the reasons that people get the game is just for the single player. A lot of people don't even play the multiplayer part of it. Um, and it's also one of the top played games in the competitive atmosphere. And there's a streaming platform called Twitch, and that's the major platform where people play the game and stream it, and it allows other people to view it. And Call of Duty has always been, for years, I think like 4 or 5 years now, it's been the it's been in the top five most streamed categories on Twitch. So that shows the interest of it. And the single player, why is it so important if that's not use of the if that's not in the competitive aspect of it? It's important because it draws attention to the game, and especially this year, the single player was vastly enjoyed by a lot of the people that played it, as opposed to other years that people might have went 50-50. A lot of people enjoyed it, a lot of people didn't enjoy it, and a lot of people enjoyed it due to the reason that the game used real United States Special Force soldiers to enhance the immersion. So on the left, you can see this picture right here. You see a dude holding a gun with the glasses on. That's an actual Special Forces soldier, and he has like a funny suit on. You can't really tell from the picture, but it's tracking every movement that he does, and it just tracks all the movements and stuff that he does. And then you look on the picture to the right, and that shows that same guy in the game. So they take those motions and that the Special Forces soldiers do, and they implement that into the game. So they move realistically and use military tactics to how they actually would in real life, and that really adds to the realism of the game and why people enjoy it so much. But moving on to the multiplayer, though, this is the true competitive aspect of it, where you can play with people from all around the world, and that's what people do. They play. They come together from all walks of life, all around the world, and they come together for tournaments. And oftentimes it could either be country based or region based, so like Northeast or East versus West, United States, or it could be as big as just being a World Cup where countries play against each other, and they pick the top players from each country, similar to the Olympics. And um, also, on top of the multiplayer aspect of it, there's a little bit more depth this year than compared to other years, where it allows for in-game purchases, meaning that you can buy things for your character, little accessories for your guns or your character, which just add a little bit more customization and depth to the game, and kind of keeps it more interesting as opposed to the previous versions that came out. And the impact on the whole esports industry is that it's a big opportunity for people of all ages, and this includes a lot of people that are really into gaming at ages 14, 15, 16, even 17. These are big opportunities to make a lot of money. These tournaments often have prizes of over over $1 million. So these are opportunity. There's no other opportunities for kids that young to be making so much money, especially sitting at their home playing a video game. Um, Also, this game started a massive spike in esports interest, because a lot of people played the game, and because it had such positive reviews on both the multiplayer and the single player. Um, Obviously, it's going to create a lot of interest, and a lot of people are going to want to view pros playing the game, because of how much the people themselves, the players themselves, are interested in the game. And also because of Call of Duty, ever since this came out, new tournaments have been popping up and starting just for this game. So just great opportunities there, and just this game just as a whole just expanded, and it's just a positive impact for the esports industry.